everybody. Welcome back. I am your host, and today I'll be discussing my movie review of Coming to America 2, or as it's known, Coming to America. Um, the number 2 instead of the word. Well, this movie is a 2021 film, and there's not really much to go into note-wise or cast-wise. So let's just move on to my regular things about it. The good for it is that most of the original cast returned. It stuck to the plot of the story rather than breaking off into multiple branches and trying to find something for every character in it. And it had a good runtime. The comedic notes hit nicely, and fight scenes that were nice. Something that threw me and my brother off is that while watching this movie, we were trying to figure out who this one actor was in the movie because he looked familiar. Turns out it's Wesley Snipes in a very comedic role, which is not something he does all that often. I can name 3 movies I know of that he did where he was very comedic. White Men Can't Jump and the Major League movies. 2 of the Major League movies. That's it. Demolition Man, he had a sense of humor, but he was more villain than he was that. Now, the plot of the movie is actually fairly simple, but that is the king, the prince now turned king, finds out he fathered a son when he was in New York, who is, by rule, supposed to be the one to take the throne. Whereas his daughters, who have been raised to think that they were going to take over, can't, by rule, by the same rules. So he has to travel all the way back just to get this son he's never known about to try and take the throne or risk losing the country. Now for the bad side of this. Some of the references to the first movie could have been left out and the movie still would have made sense. And as with most sequels, it didn't live up to the first movie. It didn't live up to its predecessor. And also, during the movie, it discusses the idea of sequels and spin-offs in the movie, doing the whole, I think it's called a meta idea, and that's really unnecessary. And they bring up the barber shop and beauty shop as an example of it. But anyways, the thing I'm going to go with is overall, I'll give this movie a B plus because if it wasn't for those things, it'd been better. And it would have been a great movie. And I highly recommend that you get it if you find a way to watch it. I don't know how you would be able to get it other than Amazon Prime or whatever streaming service it's on currently. But get that and watch it because it's well worth the watching. just for the comedic moments in it, and even the fight scenes. So, till next time.